We're starting this week a new Sefer Shemos. The introduction to Moshe Rabbeinu, the introduction to Golus Mitzrayim, with the culmination of Kabbalas HaTorah and the Mishkan. The downs of the Egel, the ups of Vareisias Achorai. We're going for a ride. Perek Beis Pasuk Yud Gimel. Vayetze Bayoim Hasheni. On the second day,
Yud Gimel.
Moshe Rabbeinu goes out. The second day of what? It was on the first day that he killed the Mitzri.
No, Mashini, yes.
On the second day, the next day, he went out. V'hinei shnei anoshim ivrim nitzim. There were two grown men, Jewish, fighting. V'yomer lo rasha lama sakereyacha. And he said to the wicked one, "Why are you hitting your friend?" Vayomer, the Rasha said to him, Mi samcha leish sar v'shofet aleinu. Who made you the sar? Who made you the shofet, the judge, the officer, the prince upon us? Halahargeni ato omer. Are you going to kill me with your words? Kasher haragtas hamitzri, like you killed the Egyptian yesterday. Vayira Moshe, vayomar achein noda hadavar. And Moshe became very scared. He realized, the matter is known. My life is in danger. I have to escape Mitzrayim. Who knows what Paro will do to me for killing the Mitzri? Zogt Rashi. Achein noida hadavar umedrashay. Noida li hadavar shayisi tama alav. Moshe Rabbeinu asked the following question. He was wondering, Ma chatu Yisrael mikol shivim umois lios nirdim ba'avodas parech. What sin did the Bnei Yisrael commit that they have to serve in Egypt? Why are they different than all the other 70 nations of the world? Did they act in a criminal way? Was there some sort of national wrongdoing? What have they done? And Moshe Rabbeinu was wondering, why did they deserve Golus Mitzrayim? He didn't know. Aval roa ani shehem ru'uyim l'kach. But now I see.
Why?
I see these two Jewish people fighting. But it's not enough that they're fighting. I'm receiving a threat that the Jewish people are going to go and Mesira and give me over to the king of Mitzrayim, and they're going to have to run away. If they behave like this, then now I understand why it is that they're in Mitzrayim in the first place. Interestingly enough, the Sfas Emes and Tofresh Mem Aleph points out a bit of a contradiction. Rashi in Perek Gimel Pasuk Yud Aleph says the following. Perek Gimel Pasuk Yud Aleph. Vayomer Moshe Elokim. It's already after Hashem appeared to Moshe in the burning bush, and he said, "Take my Jewish people out of Mitzrayim." Vayomer Moshe Elokim. Moshe said to God, "Mi anoichi, who am I? Ki elech el Paro, that I should go to Paro, v'chi otzi es b'nei Yisrael mi Mitzrayim, that I should take out of Mitzrayim." He's arguing with Hashem. And he said, I am not your messenger. I have no gadlus. I have no special quality. In fact, I'm an aral sefasayim. I'm not a good public speaker. I'm not the best advocate. Why are you sending me? Says Rashi, what's this? It seems like a double ocean. Who am I that I'm going to take, that I should go to Paro and that I should take the Bnei Yisrael to Mitzrayim? Says Rashi, Va'af im choshev ani, even if I would be important, mazochu Yisrael sheyeotze lohem neis. What zchus do the Bnei Yisrael have? What merit? By what righteous deed should they deserve v'otziam in Mitzrayim to come out of Mitzrayim? What did they do to deserve this? Practice Shemos asks a question, it's a contradiction. In the beginning, he says, I didn't know with what sin did the Klal Yisrael deserve to be slaves in Egypt. So what did they do? There had to have been some sort of Avera. And he says, now I've seen two people fighting and they're going to tell on me. If they're going to tell about another Jew, that must be the reason why they're in Mitzrayim. And then just thereafter, when he runs away to Midian, he gets married to Tzipora, and then finally Hashem reveals himself to him in the burning bush and says, go back to Mitzrayim and take Klal Yisrael out of Egypt. He says, what schus do they have? Even if I was worthy of that position, what schus does Klal Yisrael have? Well, do they have a schus? Don't they have a schus? Did they deserve the shibud? Didn't they deserve the shibud? Moshe. It's a contradiction, isn't it? It's a beautiful pshat in the Mayan Beis HaShoeva from Shimon Schwab. But before I tell you his pshat, he asks another question. And I'm going to answer his question. Dosan and Aviram, these two Jewish people who were fighting, say to Moshe Rabbeinu, Mi samcha leish sar v'shofet aleinu. L'chayra, that's very shver, that's very difficult. Why? He was the son of Basio, Bas Paro. He was the grandson, supposedly, of Paro. He was raised in the castle, the palace.
No, but he asked, you are son of Amram, so for which right you are son of Batia? Why? It's opposite. He told me, you are son of Amram? Yes. So how it comes that you are son of? Which school do you have? You can.
He lived in the palace.
He's brought up by.
No, it's meaning he.
Okay.
Look like
you're
Egyptian.
Right. You're not wrong.
You like Egyptian. You consider Egyptian to tell us exactly what to do, but you said you are not Egyptian.
Okay. Me some chalish saber server aleinu Paro.
Correct.
Paro did. Paro did.
Yeah.
Paro. Well, what are they asking? In fact, if you look at Rashi, I'm going to add this in. Rashi says in Perek Beis Pasuk Yud Aleph. Rashi says, Bet. In Bet Yud Aleph. He says, Vayihi bayomim ahim vayigdal Moshe. Moshe grew up. Vayetzel Yaakov. He went out to his brothers. Vayar b'siv lotam, and he went and he saw their burden. Says Rashi, Vayigdal Moshe. V'alo kvar katav vayigdal hayeled. The kvar katuv
twice. Yes.
Vayigdal hayeled. The kvar katuv vayigdal yevet ve'elu bas para v'yilo lebein. Ma oneh Rashi. Amar Rabbi Yehuda bar Elazar. Harishoin lokoima. This first one was telling us that he grew up. Hasheni legedulo.
Spiritual.
Sheminehu, spiritual now. Sheminehu Paro al Beisai. Paro appointed him to be as the senior official on the palace. He was the head of the palace. Mi samcha leish sar v'shofet aleinu. Paro himself made me the officer of the palace of Egypt, the greatest nation of the world, the most powerful, the Kur HaBarzel. Me samchal ish sar v'shofet aleinu. He had the right.
Yeah.
He had the right.
Yeah. You are the son of Abraham.
So it's tzarich loymar. We have to say, and this is a long into what you're saying.
Yeah.
Is that they were pointing out that he's a Jew.
Correct. And this is the point.
That's the point.
Mm-hmm.
And that's sinna. That's the koyach of sinna, says Rabbi Schwab.
Mm-hmm.
She matzlicha l'redes l'omka shel ishiyato shel hasanui v'legalot et mahusa. When I hate somebody, I'm not satisfied until I dig deep down into him and exploit him completely.
Yeah. Yeah.
Here you have a young person.
All the power from him.
You have the young person. He's an Egyptian. He's a ruler, and these two Jewish people, these Dasan and Aviram, they dig down so deep and they exploit him to such a great level that he becomes a murderer that's chased out of Egypt.
Yeah.
That's the Godel Hasina.
And unfortunately, it's a pattern for all in the Galut that we Jews, if it's authority of some Jews, little Jews, they don't receive it. But it's a goy, yes.
Right, and it's perhaps we can explain that that's what they meant when they said Mi samcha liish sarv shefet. Who let you be the Sarva Shofet? They didn't have a problem that there would be a Sarva Shofet Aleinu. But you're a Jew.
Jew.
Self-hating Jews, right? That's what they call them now. Achei noda hadavar. Perhaps we can say like this even further. Achei noda hadavar perhaps means not that. Well, what does Rashi translate it? Achei noda hadavar she ani haragti at the mitzri.
Right.
I killed the Jew. Right now I have to run away. I'm a murderer.
Turn the coin on the other side.
No.
Now I know.
Achei noda hadavar.
Why
Hashav
why they're punished.
noda shani Yehudi.
Yeah.
Now it's known that I'm a Jew. Noida Dover, I was trying to keep it secret. I was growing up in the base Paro. Now they know that I'm a Jew. Gotta run away. Paro's not gonna stand. You tricked me. A Jew being raised in my own home. Get out of here. And that's why you tried to kill him.
They tried to kill him, first of all, yeah.
But not only that, but it could also be at the same time, now it's known why they're in this shibud also.
That's what Rashi says. That's what Rashi said. Chein noda hadavar.
Yeah.
That's what Rashi was saying. That Moshe was saying chein noda hadavar.
Now I know.
Right? So either the simple meaning is noda hadavar, Paro knows.
I'm a killer.
The matter's known.
I'm a killer.
Rashi says noda hadavar. We read it. Is
So now I know why they're in exile.
It's known now why they're in Galus.
In shibud.
And I'm saying a third shot that according to Schwab's shot in the pasuk, I know that over that now they know I'm a Jew. I got to get out of here. That's Schwab's shot. I saw another teretz in a sefer called Orla Yesharim, written by Rav Yifrach, with a little bit of an addition. The Gemara in Saita says, "Be'ikvisa de Mashiach, chutzpah yaska." At the times of Mashiach, be'ikvitab Mashiach, the heels of Mashiach, the midah which will be common, the bad character trait, which will be very common amongst the Hamon Am, will be chutzpah. What's chutzpah? Chutzpah is when somebody has done something for me, and they throw it back into his face.
Yeah.
Right? When a child is chutzpah, look who's here. When a child is chutzpah, a child is chutzpah. What does it mean? It's because the parent is so nice to the child that he didn't talk back to me. That's chutzpah. Why? Because I'm here a whole day, giving and giving and giving, and then you're rude to me. It's not, being rude itself is not chutzpah. Chutzpah is when they take, and then they're not nice anymore. That's a chutzpah. A chutzpah. Be'ikvus of the Mashiach, at the end of time of Mashiach, chutzpah yaska, the midah and Klal Yisrael is going to be chutzpah. Says Moshe Rabbeinu, we see over here that there are Rishoyim in Klal Yisrael that want and are prepared to stay in Mitzrayim and are not running away from Avodah. And when we try to approach them and say, why are you guys fighting? They throw it back at us. And they snitch on us to Paro. That shows us Achei Nora Davar. It's a little different than Rashi.
Yeah.
He's saying that Achei Nora Davar means that chutzpah of a person when I'm going to try to help you.
Yeah, and you return it
and
back.
you return it by going and telling Paro, that chutzpah. That's Achei Nora Davar. Now I know why Klal Yisrael is still in Golus. Because just like Be'ikvus of the Mashiach, Chutzpah Yaska, what's Pshat? So let's say a Chiddush. It means, what's Be'ikvus of the Mashiach and the heel of Mashiach? What does that mean? It means that really Mashiach is supposed to come already. Really, it's the end, it's done. But we're holding him back.
Yeah.
How are we holding him back? Chutzpah. Chutzpah Yaska. That Midah is holding him back. Similarly, Moshe says, Achei Nora Davar. Now I know why Klal Yisrael has not yet had the schut, the merit of leaving Mitzrayim. Because the chutzpah is still apparent.
Very nice.
So we have
because
three...
He's the Mashiach. Because Mamash is the Mashiach out of Mitzrayim. So this is the time as the Mashiach. He's come now. Now we got the chutzpah.
Right. So we have three pshatim in Achei Nora Davar. The first pshat is, you see now that people could the lashon hara, snitching, people use their mouths in a negative way. Achei Nora Davar. That's the Sfas Emes. That's Rashi. The Sfas Emes explains here in Tafresh Mem Ches. He says, we didn't explain it fully yet. Sorry, it's in Tafresh Mem Aleph. The Sfas Emes says, Achei Nora Davar shebishvil lashon hara heim begolus. Says the Sfas Emes, that's the pshat. That's the flip. It's not a stira. It's not a contradiction. He says, "V'achakach b'pasuk chiotzi mas chus yesh li Yisrael." What kind of schus does Yisrael have? Right. So it sounds like the opposite. We asked.
Yeah.
He says, "Lo adia eich shema abdin chas v'shalom kol eschusim al yedei lashon hara." He couldn't figure out why they were in Golus in the first place. Now he realizes that they were speaking lashon hara. Now he can't figure out what schus they have to leave.
Yeah.
Because through speaking lashon hara, we're ma'abed all the schusim. We lose all of our schusim. And achar ma'amar ma'aschus. That's the pshat.
Yeah.
So there's three pshat. So Semes' pshat is it was the lashon hara, Achei Nora Davar. Now we know why they're in Golus. Ad kidei kach, so much so to the extent that he doesn't even know why they can come out of Golus, if that's the case. The second pshat is Yisharim, the chutzpah yasga the Mashiach at the end of time. Really, when Mashiach is supposed to come, why are they still in Golus? Is because they have this midah of chutzpah. And the third pshat is. And the third pshat is the sinah that they had to point out that he's a Jew, to reveal the Jewishness. Achei Nora Davar, that Moshe Rabbeinu was a Jew. That's The Achein no the Hadavar. The self-hating Jew.
That's Reb Schwab, right?
So what I'd like to say is that all the pshatim are really the same. Let's explain that. Somebody who speaks Lashon Hara is the greatest chutzpah that you can say. And with that Lashon Hara, you're ma'abed mehuto ha'yehudi. A person who speaks Lashon Hara destroys his whole Jewish identity. The Baal Lashon Hara is the mechutzef. And the Baal Lashon Hara, chutzpah.
He's got chutzpah.
He's a person who has chutzpah. And the person who says Lashon Hara completely destroys his entire Jewish identity. Let's try to explain that. We said, what is chutzpah? Chutzpah is not just talking back or being rude. Chutzpah is when you undermine the kindness that somebody does to you. That's chutzpah. The Rabbi Shalom gave us an neshama, a chelak Elokai mima'al. Each and every one of us has that godliness inside of us, the chelak Elokai mima'al, the Hashem. We're part of that greater oneness. That's expressed within us through our neshama. The neshama is described as Vayipach bi'apav nishmas chayim.
Right.
And he blew in his nostrils the nishmas chayim. Says Onkelos l'ruach mimalala, to a talking being. The advantage of the human being over the animal is that we speak. Speech is an expression of the neshama. Our ability to speak enables us to tap into the oneness of the Chelek Elokai Mimal. That is our Jewish identity. The Medrash in Dvarim says, Omar HaKadosh Baruch Hu, Ba'olam hazeh al yedei shehaya lashon hara beinechem, since there is lashon hara between you, salakti shchina mibeinechem.
Wow.
I'm going to remove the shchina from you. Why does lashon hara remove the shchina? It's very simple. If a person uses his speech, which is his expression of his neshama, the Ruach Mimalala, which allows him to become part of the oneness of the Rabbi Shalom, and he abuses it by doing just the opposite, not by creating a oneness amongst us, but by dividing in between us. What he's in fact doing is what he's saying is that there is no oneness.
No, it's several connections.
There's two.
Yeah.
Because if I can speak bad about my friend,
I can speak about Hashem.
then what am I speaking bad about myself?
No.
Obviously, what am
Well, you really are. You really are.
I really am.
You really
but what
are.
I'm doing is I'm denying that my friend and I are connected.
Right. You're separating.
I'm expressing a division.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm taking the tool, the Ruach Mimalala, which is the Nishmas Chayim, which is the Chelek Elokai Mimal, which is the Hashem Echad, which is the oneness of the entire world, and I'm using that to divide. Isn't that the greatest chutzpah that could possibly be?
Mm-hmm.
That's what chutzpah is.
He's giving you
Chutzpah.
He's giving you a neshama.
Chutzpah.
Yeah.
A child who's just an extension of me,
Yeah.
V'lo makir tov, and he's not appreciating it, and he talks back to me, and he's rude, and he spits in my face. I helped create him. He's an extension of me. And he is causing me grief, making me upset. That's chutzpah. Why is that chutzpah? That's not chutzpah, that's just making you upset. No! I did so much for him. He's an extension of me. And he's breaking it off. That's what chutzpah is. He's upturning our relationship. He's taking the oneness and he's dividing. Al yidei shehaya lashon hara ba'olam salakti shchinam v'nechem. If there's lashon hara in the world, then then you're creating a platform there's no platform for the Shekhinah to rest on. The Shekhinah is prefaced on the idea of oneness. If you take that oneness and you create an abuse of that oneness, you misappropriate that skill, that ability, or you abuse it, so then the Shekhinah can't come. That's our Jewish identity. What is our Jewish identity? If I asked you a question, what's your Jewish identity? What makes you Jewish? Well, I'm the son of a Jew, right? And what made your mother Jewish? Well, she was the daughter of her mother. And what made her Jewish? Etc., etc. Back to Har Sinai, right? They stood at Har Sinai. And what happened at Har Sinai? They received a special neshama. That
was the only way you could do it. You got to gather together.
That's right.
You got to be unified. Mamish.
That's right. Now we can say the matter is clear. What do we know now? What do we realize? Why are we still in Galus? Chutzpah Yaska.
That's right.
That we're speaking Lashon Hara. That there are people amongst us that totally despise their Jewish identity. It's all one and the same.
Same effect. It's the same effect, but
it's the same idea.
Cause.
It's the recognition, the lack of it, of that neshama, the ruach mimal. And that's the siba for Golus.
The reason.
The purpose, the reason. So how are we misakin? How do we fix it? Says the SHMOS. V'atikun al yidei ha-Torah. So we read the pasuk. The pasuk said that Moshe Rabbeinu Vayomer Moshe Elokim mi anochi ki elech al Paro. Who am I that I can come to Paro? V'chi otzi es b'nei Yisrael min Mitzrayim. They don't have any schosim. Vayomer ki eya imach. I'll be with you. V'zeh l'cha ha'ois ki anochi shlachticha. And this will be the sign that I have sent you. V'hotzi acha et ha'am min Mitzrayim. When you take the nation out of Mitzrayim, tavdun es ha'elokim b'har hazeh. Says Rashi, what does that mean? So Rashi explains.
Addition is starting with Hasanai.
V'shesha'alta mas chus yesh li Yisrael shi'atim mitzrayim. You're asking, what is the schus of Klal Yisrael that they left Egypt? Davar godol yesh li al hotza'azu. I have a great thing that resulted from this exodus.
Torah.
Shrei atidim l'kabel haTorah al har hazeh. They're going to be mekabel the Torah. L'sof shalosh chodashim she'yetzim mitzrayim, after 3 months that they leave it from Egypt. That's why I'm taking them out.
That's good.
So even though Klal Yisrael misused the chelak elokai mimal, the ruach mimallah, and they spoke lashon hara, and they acted with great chutzpah, and they were ma'abed et mahut ayehudi. They destroyed, they shredded, they tore up their personal Jewish identity. They have one way to fix it, and that if when they leave Egypt, they go straight to Har Sinai and they accept the Torah, that's the way they're going to fix it. Why is that fixing it? Ki akol toli b'dibur ha'adam k'ma shekasav mavis v'chayim b'yad ha'lashon. Because there's a way to not misuse the dibur, to use it properly. And that's through Torah and Tefillah. To use the words that come out of our mouth for spiritual purpose. To be Mekayim the Torah, to fulfill the Torah and to practice its laws. To become Jews that are Torah abiding. And that practices the nuances of the Torah. When we use our words to enunciate the words of the Torah. That's why one of the Memches, one of the 48 ways of the Torah is Niknas Bo, is B'dibur. How do you acquire learning? How do you become a Talmud Chacham? You have to speak it. You can't just read it in your head. You have to speak it. Why? Because then you're actually using your neshama, you're employing your neshama in the Limud Torah. You're incorporating your spiritual essence into the Torah. And it's penetrating that essence.
And that's a very innocent point. Being able to articulate the words.
That's right. Huge. Just in your mind.
If you can teach it, you own it.
It's interesting also. Moshe says to God, Mi anoichi ki elech al Paro. Who am I that I should go to Paro? V'yomer ki eya imach. Why did Hashem choose Moshe? Precisely because he asked, who am I?
The most honor. He's the biggest honor.
He's the biggest honor. Why is the biggest honor of the person who could take Klal Yisrael out of Mitzrayim? Because he thinks nothing of himself. Because if he's nothing, then all he is Hashem. All he is. Right? He's mevatel himself to be a kli that's full of the Rabbanu Shalom.
Right.
And when a person's a kli malei birkas Hashem, when he's just a kli that's full of godliness, he's the person who could be midabek Klal Yisrael. He can join together, he can attach Klal Yisrael. Because in order for Klal Yisrael to come out, they have to come together in this oneness, in this chelek elokai mima'al. They have to put aside the Lashon Hara. They have to put aside the chutzpah. They have to be proud of their mohut Yehudi, their Jewish identity, that chelek elokai mima'al. They have to have the ability to put their own personal desire aside and to be kind to someone else. And who's the leader of that movement?
Moshe. He's the poster child.
It's not Tzipi Livni.
No.
No, but Miriam's in there quite a bit in this.
No, so is Aaron.
It's not
It's Brody says it's nothing.
anybody named Barack,
No.
Ehud, or Obama. It's Moshe Rabbeinu.
That's right.
Because he's not full of himself like the others.
Correct.
The quality of a leader is not the most charismatic speaker.
No. Correct.
Certainly not.
He's the person who is able to lead by example. He's the person who's going to ask me Anochi. There's a sefer here, it's printed in the Mikras Gadol, called Avi Ezer, written by Reb Shlomo Melisa, who brings in a Barbanel. Perhaps I've said this a Barbanel before, maybe once, in the last 7 years or so. He says there's a difference between the word Ani and Anochi. What's the difference between I and I? Ani is Ani, and Anochi is I. What's the difference? The Barbanel says that when you say Anochi, ki tamid shem Anochi, hanizkar mora hora'o miuchedes al mitziuto amechuyav. Ve'ein kein milas ani. When you say Anochi, you're saying there is something here. And not only is there something here, there's an undeniable existence. Mm-hmm. Ani is just a way to address myself, right? So, pronoun. That's all it is. It doesn't say anything. It's not mechayev. It doesn't tell us that there's anything here.
It's not existence, no.
Says the Abarbanel, Anoichi Hashem Elokecha. Yeah, that's the Metzias, the Hakol Yachol, the Hoya Hoiva V'iyah, the Rebbeinu Shalom, Anochi. I am, I will always be, there's nothing else. When Moshe Rabbeinu says, Mi Anoichi, Ki Eilech El Paro, what he's saying is I'm nothing. I'm nothing. I don't even exist. I don't even deserve to hold this position. There's nothing about me that's koveya here. That's mechayev. I'm just an ani. Similarly, Avram Avinu. He doesn't say this, I'm just adding on. When Avram Avinu, the Gemara explains Avram Avinu was a big anav. Why? Because he says, Anochi, offer ve'efer. He says, all my definition is dust and sand. I'm nothing more than that. That's the ability to be mevatel oneself. That's the ability that one has to connect into the greatness of the Rabbanu Shalom. Because as we said before many times, if you're an Anochi, then the maximum Anochi you are is yourself. But if you're nothing, if you're mi Anochi, or if you're Anochi upper veifer, then your potential is boundless. Mm-hmm. Because what you're saying is that I'm nothing of myself. So what are you? You don't exist? And of course I exist. What do I exist? I'm just a shliach of Hashem. Mm-hmm. I'm just a kli, a vessel that's molei Hashem, that's just full of godliness. And therefore my potential is unbound. So Shemos says an amazing word here. It's in Tov Reish Lamed Ches. The Bnei Yisrael here. First Rashi. SHMOS Bnei Yisrael. Even though he counted them when they were alive, he returned them and counted them after their death. To show the love, how beloved Klal Yisrael is to Hashem. Klal Yisrael is compared to stars. That Hashem takes them out and counts them. Right? As it says in the Apostle, and puts them back and he counts them. Hashem calls, names all of the stars. So Shemos doesn't understand this. Ma shevach hamakom huzeh shemona mispar l'kochavim. We say every day in the Halukos, Mona mispar l'kochavim. He counts all of the stars. L'chulam Shemos yikra. He names them all. What kind of praise is that? Hol l'kulam bari yesh ma'ayin. Hashem created all of these stars. If He created all of these stars, a yesh me'ayin, a yes from a no, Right? There was nothing that existed, and He created the stars. So that's the Shavach. Now He can count them? Big deal. He created them. Why are we praising Hashem that He can count the stars? And then He names the stars. He created them. Acha inyan hu. Listen to this. The inyan is shebe'emes ha'kochavim ein lahem mispar. It's impossible to count the stars. V'heim bebechinas ein mispar. Just like the pasuk says, Im tuchal lispar osam. Right? Are you going to be able to count the stars? So gam zarach yimana. If you can count the stars, then you can count my children. If you can't count the stars, then Klal Yisrael is also infinite. You can't count the stars. But the Rabbeinu Shalom Shehu Kol Yachol Umoyne Mispar L'Davar Shein Lo Mispar. He counts something that has no number. That's the Gadlus. Upelazuhu Bichlal Habriya Shabari Yishma'ayin. What did He do? He created beings in an environment that had nothing. He created matter where there was no matter. He created boundaries. He created physical in a world that's completely spiritual. It doesn't make sense. Vasai einoi yeshnoi. And He made nothing into something from nothing. Kach also me'ain mispar. So too He made from the stars which have no number a number. Why did He do all this? Because He wanted to bring the spiritual qualities of the Olamos Ha'elyonos into our world, into a physical state. And now Klal Yisrael is going into the Golus Mitzrayim. They're compared to who? To stars. Our neshamas come from a place of Ein Mispar, of Ayin, of nothing, of godliness, of only light. Above Teva. And it becomes encapsulated into Teva, to light up the Choshech, just like stars which are above the Teva. They live outside the world, and they shine down into the world. Nobody knows how big the stars are. Each star is bigger than the entire physical world. And they come down to light during the night. In order to light in a physical world in darkness and gullus, the light has to come from the highest place. This is a very, very important yesod. The Bnei Yisrael is compared to Kochavim, to stars. Kochavim light during the night. Kochavim come from the furthest away places. The higher they are, the more light they give to our world, to the physical world. And the more physical and the more dark, the higher the light is. Kamokem b'nei Yisrael nemar aleim umatstike harabim kekochavim. We'll get to that in a second. But the idea is that Klal Yisrael is compared to stars. And we, in the night, in the Golus, are lit up by our neshamos. And we have to always remember that. And just like the Hashem created, He created a number from something that has no number. And He created a world of Teva from something that wasn't Teva. Similarly, He created a Golus so that the light, so that supernatural, that spiritual light can shine through. And that's the greatest Kiddush Hashem. When we find that light in the darkness. And remember, the darker the world is, the greater the kochav is that we need to light the star.
Yeah.
the deeper we get into Golus, the higher the neshamos are that are employed to light up the world.
We need more light.
So steht in Tzvi Shemos. וזה עצמו הדמיון שמדמה בני ישראל עתה שנכנסו בגולוס מצרים על הכוכבים. This is the comparison that Klal Yisrael compared now specifically to כוכבים. כי גם בני ישראל נשמוסם אצולה מלמעלה מהטבע ונסלבשה בטבע להעיר תויכה חשיכה כמו כוכבים שהם למעלה מהטבע ואין שיר לגדלם כל כוכב יוסר מן העולם וירדו להעיר בלילה דווקא. They come down from the greatest heights and from the highest places to light up the world in the darkest of times. And our neshamas are from there. And how do we tap into that light? So Tzvi Shemos quotes the pasuk at the end of Daniel. Umatstike harabim kekochavim. Do we have a Tanakh here?
Mm-hmm. When we get it? Give me 1 second. Sorry.
Is it okay the art scroll?
Sure.
Use it for that turn.
Pasuk at the end of Daniel. As we all know, Daniel, the Sefer Daniel, is the Sefer that reveals to us what's going to be at the end of time. And the pasuk says, "V'Rabbi mi yishenei admas ofar yakitzu."
But what? Just do you
Daniel, Perikei Beis.
Thank you.
He says, "Uve'esei." I'll start from the beginning of the parak. "Uve'esei hi yamud Michael asara gadol ha'omer al bnei amecha." Michael the Malach will stand. V'esei tzara. It'll be a time of great tsar,
Suffering.
pain, suffering. Asher lo yiniyasam yos goy, which never was from the time that we became a nation. Ad ha'esahi. Uve'esahi yimolid amcha kol ha'nimtza kosav b'sefer. And at that time the nation will escape. V'rabim yishene admas ofar yakitzu. And many of those people who were sleeping in the dust will wake up. Eila l'chaye olam. V'eila. These for everlasting life. Ve'ela l'charafos l'diroyin olam, and these for shame and everlasting abhorrence. V'hamaskilim, and those people that were wise. Yazhiru kizayar harakia, they will shine like the radiance of the sky. Umatstike harabim, and those who teach righteousness to the multitudes, the matstike harabim, those who do chesed, kindness for others, matstike harabim, those who are oisik in tzarchei tzibur, k'kochavim la'olam voed, will be like stars forever and ever.
Wow.
That's how the Sefer Daniel ends. It's another small paragraph. Umatstike rabim kikochavim. What does that mean? Those who do kindness for others, who enable others to perform righteous deeds, what they're really exposing is their true essence and their neshama. What they're showing is that they don't live for themselves. They lived only to do a simple act of kindness for somebody else. I had a meeting this week. I was meeting for a certain cause, a certain organization. And one of the people at the meeting, innocently and modestly, told us that just that week he had a conversation with his children, and he told them that when you bury me, and you're deciding to write something on the matzeva, write that your father lived only to do an act of kindness for somebody else. That's the message that we have to impart on our children. That your father and your grandfather and his mother, throughout the generations back to Matan Torah, all we lived for was to do an act of kindness to somebody else. Why? Because all we're here for in this world is the nachas ruach that it brings Hashem when we create achdus, oneness and unity. And we reflect the light of God when we do so. And we create a platform for His Ashroyas Hashchina when we do so. And we express our Chelak Elokai Mima when we do so. And we acknowledge the Yichud of Hashem when we do so. And we become like stars, where the radiance of our light, even though it's so many millions of miles away, Lefi Cheshboinam, penetrates the deepest and darkest hours of the night and the Golus. Why are we still here on this world, in this Golus? Because of Lashon Hara. Because of Chutzpah. Because we abhor the Jewish identity by being divisive. It's only the Moshe Rabbeinu that can take us out of Mitzrayim. It's only working on that midah of chutzpah that will actually bring the Mashiach. It's only the Matzdikei Harabim which will enable the light of Kochavim Li'olam Voed. V'hamaskilim, the smart people amongst us, Yashiru Kezoyer Harakia. Eila L'chai Olam. Those of us who realize this and understand that we're not here for ourselves, will live on. Yakitzu Mibnei Ofor. We'll get up at that time when Hashem brings Tchias HaMesim, and we'll live L'chai Olam. But there's Ve'ela, there's the others. We have to be lucky enough to realize, like that fellow in my meeting, who only lives to do something for a fellow Jew. As simple as that may sound, that's the key to the whole world. It's the purpose of the world. It's the tachlis of the world. There was no other purpose in this world other than Hashem to create boundaries which need to be broken. For the human being to resemble the godly. For that spirituality to penetrate. Yeah! Achein noida hadavar. It's true. It's known why we were in Galus. But Achein Noida Hadavar, now it's known how we can get out of Galus. Hashem should give us that strength and that ability. And we should take a ride on a cab straight out of Galus. Al Yidei Mashiach Tzidkein V'Mheira V'Yameinu.
Amen.